Okay, so I think all are here. So let's start with today's lecture. So okay, so good evening to all. So before starting, I would like to ask you if you have any doubt or anything that you would like to discuss, you can just put it in your chat box so that we can go with that first from previous week.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Did hair also play any role in homeostasis, maintaining of the body?
Yeah, actually your voice was not that clear. Can you please repeat?
Sir, did hair also play any role in maintaining the homeostasis of the body?
Yeah, sure.
Hair.
Yeah, definitely. See, actually the thing is maintaining balance, right? So how hair can help in maintaining homeostasis? Okay. See,
Yes, sir.
there are different aspects of thinking this particular conditions. Like for example, uh, if something is happening, then that is something called acceptor and something called effector, right? So here is a part of the nervous system that act as a effector organ, right? Suppose we need to maintain body temperature, okay? So in that condition, the shivering of hair, like generally you can see in winter, we hair get erect out. That is because of increasing surface area, so that heat loss will. Sorry, just a minute. I'm getting wrong. It's not to increase surface area, rather to maintain the body heat loss, so that less amount of heat will be ejected out from the body. Definitely, you will find. See. Okay, so basically you can see in which part of the body generally you will find hair. That is also one important aspect that you can get into a point that whether it is having any role in homeostasis or not. So it's not like that hair, but rather I can say every organ with different conditions and different aspects is helping out to maintain the body balance in terms of temperature, in terms of other aspects as well. So our body entirely maintain the homeostasis. So definitely, yeah, hair is also a part of that, but not in terms
Okay,
of
sir. Thank you.
regulatory system, but as a effector system.
मैंने तुझको मुझको शायरी आ गई.
Excuse me, guys. Please turn your mic mute. It's not like you will
I'm
play.
sorry, sir.
Somebody is playing some song, right? Okay, so any more doubts or any other things that we can discuss? Okay, so yeah, people are still joining. So I would like to request you to be in time. Okay, 7:75 is fine, but still be in time. Okay, so let's start with today's discussion. Yeah, Pavitra, yeah, please go ahead one by one. Actually, you don't need to raise hands, rather you can just go ahead if you have anything to say. Okay, so further I'm not going to allow, so let's start with today's discussion. Yeah, still people are there, so actually it's also not good to do that. So anyway, okay, so we are going to start with week two's lecture. But okay, fine. So as you all must have gone through this assignment, right? So the first question was pretty straightforward one. So which of the following is a part of your integumentary system? Okay, so uh, if you guys will answer, then I think you all know most probably the answer will be skin only. Now the thing is that what is integumentary system? Okay, so as you all have gone through the entire theory part as well, so basically integumentary system is your body's outer layer. Okay, so this is your body's outer layer, and if we consider that it's body's outer layer, then again what are the organs that came into the part of that? So the largest organ, how many of you can answer which of the following is the, or which one is the largest organ in our body? Can you please, yeah,
Skin is the skin.
yeah, true, it's skin. In terms of, if it is organ, then it's skin only, right? Because it's entirely cover, entire
Skin, sir.
yeah, it's skin, right? True. So you all aware of, nice. Okay, so it's made of different organs are part of the integumentary systems, like skins, and again there are nails, hair, and glands. So many glands and nerves that present in our skin are considered to be a part of an integumentary system. Now if we consider integumentary system, it's not integument, it's integumentary system, right? So it is basically the part of the body that forms the outer layer of our body. Okay, now please turn your mic mute, everybody. Ani something, can you please turn your mic off?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, please. Okay, so basically this system, integumentary system, it comprises of the outer body covering. And now if something is, since it is an organ, as you all told, right, skin is also an organ. Now to perform a particular functions, there are all the systems that are involved in that particular organ. Like we have vascular system, we have nervous system, we have skeletal system, all that comprises to form this integumentary system. So there are several blood vessels you will find in your skin, there are nerve system you will find in your skin. Apart from this, these nails and hairs, okay, nails, hairs, or you can find in animals like horns, all these are also a part of integumentary system, but these are not directly connected with your vascular system and nervous system, but still these are the part of the integumentary system, as we mentioned that it is the body's outer layer. Okay, so some organisms possess several modifications, like some possesses hoops, some possesses horns, some possesses other things, like we possesses nails and hairs. All these are very much associated with the integumentary system that comprises the body's outer layer and help us to engulf different environmental conditions, different situations. Okay, Now the question arises that are all these a part of the membrane? The simple answer is no. Okay, like you find nails, specifically nails and hairs, are not directly associated with any vascular or nervous system, hence whenever you cut your hair or nails you will not feel pain, right. So these are basically the part of the integuments, but these are the extension of the integumentary systems. Now there are several glands which are part of the integumentary system. Now what is the importance of different glands? Like there are so many glands like sebaceous gland, sweat gland, you must be aware of. These are few glands that are very much associated with your integumentary system. Now what is the purpose of these glands? Like for example, a sebaceous gland. How many of you are aware of sebaceous gland? Can you just write in your box like whatever you know about it, so that in the meantime I will just admit these people. Anyone aware of sebaceous gland? Nobody?
Mucus.
No man, it's not mucus.
Sebaceous gland is secret of sebum.
Yeah, right, that's true. But where we found basically in our body?
Thank you.
No, can you answer where it is generally found in? Huh? In which
Here.
part? It's very specific. It's not like in entire skin it is present. Just give some example like where it is found.
Sweat.
Yeah, okay. Just let me give some clue. How many of you feel oiliness in near your nose? I think most of us, right? So yeah, so it's mainly present in skin only, right? But specifically in the nose area and all that, the sebaceous gland are present. Okay, so and even you're right, the oiliness in our entire skin is because of this gland only. Apart from this, we must aware of sweat gland. This is also one important aspect of our integumentary system that maintain homeostasis. This play important role in excreting out the different excreta in our body. So these are the part of the integumentary system that includes several modification or extension from your dermis like hairs, nails, glands, include your glands. It also includes the nervous system that is associated on your skin. Okay, so these are the major areas as shown in this figure, like hair, your skin, your nails, and all your different glands are important aspect of your integumentary system. So it's pretty straightforward that skin is a part of the integumentary system. Now brain is a part of which system? Anybody? Just go ahead. Let's discuss this clue as well.
Nervous system.
Yeah, true, definitely. So this is called your CNS, central nervous system, right? And PNS, peripheral nervous system. The brain is the important aspect of your central nervous system. Okay, it include, sorry, yeah. So brain is one of the very important. It's regulates the entire nervous system rather, and same with the spinal cord as well. It is also important aspect.
Nervous system.
Yeah. And kidney is a part of your
excretory system.
Yeah, true, excretory system. So these all maintains all these things that we already taught, like homeostasis. Apart from they have different specific role in our body, like nervous system controls your nerve signalings, excretory system maintains the homeostasis in terms of excretion, in terms of maintaining osmolarity, maintaining fluid osmotic regulation, along with also it regulates different hormonal concentration like albumins, globulins. So these all things are associated with these particular organs. And apart from this, skin is a vital organ that is a part of our integumentary system, and that is responsible for so many functions, and majorly associated with your protection. That is basically it's cover the outer membrane. Apart from these, I would just like to add one more point. It is also a part of our immune defense, that is your primary immune defense. Okay, so skin is one very vital aspect of primary immune defense. In terms, how many of you aware that how skin act as an immune defense system? Anybody would like to answer?
It acts as a barrier.
Barrier.
Yeah, primary barrier in terms.
Protection barrier.
Yeah, and
Also,
Protection barrier.
also,
Mhm.
also there are antigen presenting cells called dendritic cells present in the dermis of the skin.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But as a primary system, how it helps is basically like, see, in the previous class we have discussed one very important protein that is called pyrogens, right? So suppose in bacterial defense your body finds some pyrogens have been released to your vascular system. Now these pyrogens, what they did, they increase the body temperature, okay, beyond 37 degrees Celsius, and the more the body temperature, it is not that compatible for the bacteria and all those foreign organisms to get into inside your body. So in that way also it also acts as a primary immune defense by increasing the body temperature and specifically skin temperature as well. Okay, so the next question is that which pigment in our body absorb UV rays? So you all are much aware about the pigments, and I don't think rather I need to focus on melanin rather, because you all must aware of that keratin is the pigments found in our hair. Chlorophyll is not found in animals, rather chlorophyll is a vital plant pigment that is green in color, okay, and that is responsible for food synthesis. Okay, elastin is one vital protein in our body that is mainly responsible as a part of extracellular matrix, and it helps in forming different blood clots or fiber kind of things in our body. Apart from this formation of different microtubular system, it also plays important role. Rather, melanin is the pigment that is responsible for this kind of absorbance of UV rays. In the last class, we have discussed one important aspect, that melanin has a role in hair color, right? So how it regulates? Difference in melanin concentration and types depicts different hair
Excuse
color.
me, sir.
Yeah, sure. Please.
Melanin pigment is only responsible for hair?
No, I am not responsible. Only hair I am not talking about. For hair color or different colors.
Okay, color maintenance.
Yeah,
Okay,
color
thank you, sir.
maintenance. I'm just talking in general sense. Like last class we have discussed about hair, right? That hair color is mainly responsible by eumelanin, pheomelanin that give rise to brown color or red color. Okay, so last class we have talked about that. But apart from this, skin color is also one important aspect that is regulated by this melanin. So melanin pigment is basically associated with different coloration of the body or of the hair, of the eyes, all these things. Okay, now we are going to discuss that how UV rays is absorbed by melanin. Now what kind of UV rays, just go into it with details. You also be aware of the things that UV light have three different ranges. Okay, UVA, UVB and UVC. Okay, now UVA has a longer wavelength as compared to UVC. Okay, so if you see here, UVC is very shorter wavelength of light that is not able to cross your ozone layer. So UVC is not coming beyond our ozone layer. Okay, now the two wave light, that UV light, that is UVB and UVA, that is responsible for different diseases in our body. Like there are so many skin diseases, okay, like even skin cancers or many skin rashes occur due to this sunlight only. There are many of you have even sunburn issues, so many things, that because of the less compatibility of this observance of UV light by our skin. Okay, now the question is that, just a minute, Okay. Now the thing is that our melanin is mainly present in your epidermis or dermis, but mainly majorly abundantly found in your epidermis. So this UV light is get trapped by your melanin UVB and A, that is having a bit higher wavelength, that penetrate the ozone layer and come to our screen when we generally wander around in sun, that got trapped or absorbed by this melanin pigments. Now the melanin concentration has an important role in the susceptibility to lights. If you consider the map of India, just consider our country rather, so you will find the people staying in the northern area or in the eastern part, or they have comparatively less amount of melanin pigment associated to their skin. Hence and in the south part you will find the melanin association is very melanin pigment, because they are much more exposed to the sunlight, so the melanin concentration is much more. And this melanin concentration plays a very important role in to make yourself competitive against different skin diseases. So if you have more melanin concentration, you are less susceptible to different skin diseases. That's why European, American, all these people have very prone to skin cancers as compared to Indian or Sri Lankan or the people from Africa, because they have very less amount of melanin pigment, so that sunlight, and even they have less exposure to sun rather, that's also true. But if they get exposed to sun, that the UV light is going to get affected by their skin, and they are very much prone to different skin diseases like skin cancers and all. Okay. So this is what I'm supposed to talk about melanin. Apart from this, we will go into next question, that which of the following is the lowermost layer of our skin. Okay, so if you see this diagram, so this is basically your integumentary system. Okay, this is basically your integumentary system, that comprises of, as we have previously discussed, it includes your skin, it includes several extra dermal modifications like hairs and all, and apart from this there are nervous system, there are vascular system, and all this comprises your system that is called your integumentary system. Now this integumentary system have different divisions like epidermis, dermis and hypodermis. Okay, now this epidermal part, okay, that is the epidermal part have divided into several layers, okay, like stratum corneum, stratum lucidum, granular layer like stratum granulosum, spinous layer that is stratum spinosum, apart from this basal layer that is stratum basale. Okay, now this stratum basale is also called stratum germinativum. Okay, so this is the lowermost layer of the skin. Now what is the significance behind this stratum germinativum is that, see, just a minute, I think it's full strength, so these guys can't join. Yeah, okay. Okay, so these layers, the stratum germinativum is basically the lowermost part that is responsible for cell division. And see, whenever you will find any scar tissue, wherever you find any in winter we generally find the ecdysis kind of thing, ecdysis will not be the particular term that is found in reptiles rather, where where the animals evade out this external membrane of the skin. Similarly, in humans as well, you will find in winter generally the skin cover generally get sometime that get out. So this is basically the cells get dead from the outer layer of our body. Now, if that get dead from the outer layer of the body, this layer needed to be covered, and the new cells that generally form in the basal layer. It's not that in the upper layer cells cannot form, rather that cells divided from here, from this particular area by a process. What should be the process? Just tell me whether it is somatic cell division or germinal cell division. Please, anybody?
Somatic cell division.
Yeah. Can you define what is somatic cell division?
Because it doesn't involve reproductive cells or gametes.
Yeah, true. Now tell me whether it is mitosis or meiosis. Actually, I am not getting your voice.
So mitosis.
Mitosis, sir. Mitosis.
Yeah, true. Mitosis. Right.
Mitosis.
Yeah. So mitosis is basically your equational division that is taken place in all your somatic cell division, right? And meiosis is the one that is mainly responsible for your germinal cell division. And if you go into details, that I don't think I should go in that much, but if you go into the details, the germ cells also primarily formed by mitosis and then again further divided by meiosis to form the gametes. So mitosis is one important aspect in terms of growth, in terms of cell proliferation, and in terms of cell differentiation. However, meiosis is an important aspect of maintaining the ploidy. That's why it is called reductional division, so that the gamete will have half number of cells, so that in the next generation you are going to maintain the ploidy of the organism, so that again the same number of chromosome will be found in the juvenatus or in the juvenatus, you can say rather. So again, if you will find, this is also one kind of balance. So the organism need to maintain the ploidy of that particular organism or genome. Okay. So the next question is, the metabolism of these two molecules in our body is directly linked with this sunlight. Okay, so in order to answer this question, I will just discuss one mechanism rather going into other thing. So see. So basically what happened, how sunlight is associated with vitamin D metabolism. Okay, so see, when sunlight is there, like we previously discussed, there are different type of sunlights. For example, different type of UV rays from the sunlight, right? That is your UVA, UVB and UVC, and you will find here that UVB is the one that is present in your, that is going to evade to till your epidermis only, right? Now see here, this UVB is responsible for the process of vitamin D metabolism in your epidermis. Okay, now this UVB, what it do, it convert this 7-dehydrocholesterol. Now how many of you are aware of the bilipid configuration of our body, of our cell membrane having cholesterol? And anybody would like to just discuss few functions of cholesterol? Anyone who are aware of cholesterol as a part of the membrane system? Nobody? Okay, so just let me discuss a few points regarding that. So cholesterol is basically present in our membrane. If you will find this is the membrane, for example, if this is your bilipid layer, as we have discussed in the previous class. So here, see, if this is like this, okay. Now these bilipids are not stagnant. These are not stable. They float in the, because see, these are your hydrophilic part, these are your hydrophobic part. Now something is needed to provide this membrane a intact structure. Okay. Now for that purpose there are few molecules, as you all are most aware of, different proteins, different glycoproteins, and apart from these, cholesterol. So here you will find the cholesterol, which is mainly associated with maintaining the intact membrane structure of the plasma membrane in our system. Okay. So now this cholesterol that is present in the presence of UVB light is converted into cholecalciferol. Okay, that is your vitamin D3. Okay. Now this cholecalciferol is important, and why it is important is that this is responsible for several body metabolism. For example, this further converted into 2,5 dihydroxy D3. Okay, 1 and 25 dihydroxy D3. It is converted into finally this product. Okay, that is 125 dihydroxy D3. Now why it is important, you will find here, just a minute. Okay, so if you will find here, this 125 dihydroxy D3 is collectively increase the calcium in our body and modulate the skeleton. It also increase the intestinal absorption of calcium and phosphorus. Okay. Now this component, that is your 125 dihydroxy D3, that is a precaution that has been formed from this cholecalciferol, that is only vitamin D3 only, that is responsible for the calcium balance in our body. Okay, so basically vitamin D and calcium are associated with the direct metabolism from the sunlight. Apart from these, we also intake vitamin D from several dietary items, like you must have aware of olive oil and pieces are mainly responsible for providing the dietary vitamin D. Now here in this slide it is pretty mention one thing like psoriasis, right? Psoriasis is nothing but this is only one kind of skin rashes that occur in the absence of this. Okay. So here you can see whenever there is sunlight, okay, and we previously discussed in the previous slide, here in this slide, that here you can see there are three types of UV light, okay, UVA, UVB and UVC, and here you see that only UVB and UVA can penetrate into the skin or can penetrate the ozone layers, and that get fall into our skin. Okay, and apart from that, UVB is very limited to the epidermis. It cannot cross epidermis. Rather, UVA is the light that can get passed into the dermis. So now when this UVB fallen on the skin, you will find there are different, our bilipid layer is just like this, right? And if you find there are cholesterol molecules that provide this bilipid layer the support in order to maintain the membrane integrity. Okay, now this cholesterol, that is 7-dehydrocholesterol, is the important precursor molecule that is that in presence of UVB get converted into cholecalciferol, that is your vitamin D3. Apart from these, there are also we generally take vitamin D from dietary intake as well, you will find cod liver oil, you will find olive oil, that is mainly rich in dietary vitamin D, and this vitamin D further accumulated, or you can say processed through the liver, that is further converted into 25 dihydroxyvitamin D3 and followed by 125 dihydroxyvitamin D3. Now this vitamin D3 is responsible in the maintenance of calcium balance in our body. So here you can see, that the main established axon of 125 dihydroxyvitamin D3 is the major molecule that is responsible for the maintenance of balance or calcium absorption in the small intestine in our body, that modulates the skeletal configuration in our body, and it also helps in the process of absorption of your both calcium as well as your phosphate. Okay. Now the next question is that which of the following molecules is not a part of your extracellular matrix? Okay. So you must have aware of that collagen is a protein, elastin is a protein, and hyaluronic, all these three comprises your extracellular matrix. However, glial cell is a part of your nervous system that is generally found in the brain. Okay, so what is extracellular matrix then? So in order to understand this statement, we will find extracellular matrix is a three-dimensional networking that consisting of extracellular macromolecules, minerals such as collagen, enzymes, glycoprotein, hydroxyapatite, etc. So hydroxyapatite is one kind of glycoprotein only. Okay. So if you find here, you will see proteoglycans, collagen, laminins, integrin, these are different proteins. Now you see, this is your membrane, and this integrin, cadherin, these molecules along with this three-dimensional structure, that is your ECM, that is your extracellular matrix, that provides the integrity and stability to this plasma membrane. Okay. Now the next question is that the appendages that connect muscle to the bone are called what? Now you see, these are the segments, or these are the part of our skeletal system, rather cartilaginous system, that help in the binding of this muscle along with the bone, and this structure is basically called your tendon. Okay. Similarly, you will see here it is a bone and here it is a bone, and this is the structure that join, it's called your ligament. So basically tendons and ligament are structurally not different things, they both are the part of the cartilaginous system. However, tendons are the structure specialized for the joint between the bone and muscle, and ligament are the structure that join between bone and bone. Okay. Now the next question is that the chondrocytes are the primary cell types consisting of what? So you see, chondrocyte in biology, just dividing names can give you the meaningful statement, right? So chondros means cartilaginous and chitus means cells. So these are the basic, chondrocytes are the cells that mainly form the cartilage. Here you can see, if the cartilage, if this is the cartilage that provides support to this bone, then these are the minimal structure or primary structure that comprises to form this cartilaginous structure, and these are called chondrocytes. So these are basically, chondro means cartilaginous cell. So these are the cells that releases the cartilaginous matrix and different proteins and proteoglycans to form this cartilaginous structure. Okay. Now the question number 9 is that mesenchymal stem cells can differentiate into what? Okay. Now see, this mesenchymal stem cell, in order to analyze the stem cell, now this stem cell have a specific property called differentiation. They can differentiate into different types of cells. Okay. So these cells, the specificity about this cell is that they maintains the ploidy. They can give rise to the haploid cells, because gametes are the structure that generally formed by reductional division, that is your meiosis. However, all the cells are formed by the process called meiosis. Okay, except the germ cells, no cells can undergoes meiosis, rather they undergoes mitosis. Okay, so here you can see this mesenchymal stem cells can give rise to hepatocytes, neural cells, different osteoblasts, chondrocytes, adipocytes, which are the tri-lineage differentiation, different muscle cells, etc. However, gamete are the structure that is specifically divided by the process called reductional division, that is called meiosis, and the normal cells, that is your somatic divisions, is generally carried out by your mitosis. Okay, and the other question that you have, the more the potency of the cell, also related to this. See, now what see this term, that is the potency. Potency means ability of the cell. Okay, the more the ability of the cell, more the cell can get divided into or differentiated into. Okay, now there are two terms. One is your division and your differentiation. Okay, so division is a process where one cell gives rise to more number of cells, more copies of cells, but differentiation, one cells give rise to different types of cell along with increasing number of cells. So differentiation gives rise to different types of cells. However, division gives rise to the same type of cells, and that is defined by your potency. Suppose there are three terms that I would just like to discuss with that. Suppose one cell is very specific to form subtypes of the particular system. Suppose for example, skin cell is only able to form only skin cell, so they have the limited ability to form only one type of cell. This ability is called your unipotency. However, if a cell have a broad range of areas, like mesenchymal stem cell, here you can see it can form not all cells, but it can form a limited number of cells with different types. So this ability of these cells is called your multipotency. However, you will find one term, that is your ICM, inner cell mass, in placenta or in blastula have the ability to give rise to any type of cells, because it overall give rise to the entire organism. It will get differentiated into your endoderm, then mesoderm, then ectodermal cells, and that going to give rise to entire organism. Okay, so these cells are called pluripotent stem cells. Similarly, in plant you might have heard the term totipotency. Okay, so the cells that can form to all type of cells are your pluripotent, that have the maximum potency. However, the cells have the limited number of ability, however it is a broad range, it's called your multipotency. However, if a cell can give rise to only a single type of cells, it's called your unipotency. So the more the potency of the cell, it can differentiate into different types of cells. Okay, so if the potency is more, then it can differentiate it into more different cell types. Okay, okay then, thank you so much. Okay, then we'll see you in the next class.